Okay, so typically after we make a bunch of measurements, we're not done. We're going to have to do some math in order to get to our final answer that we're looking for. And so in the very least, we would have to add up our measurements and divide by the number of measurements to take an average, so we can get a better description of what the true value is. So we're going to have to do some math. And the question is, how do we know which digit to round off to in the end after we've done that math? And it turns out the final answer and how you round and to what digit you round to depends on what kind of math you're doing. So in this lecture video, we're going to take a look at what if you do addition or subtraction. How do you figure out how many numbers, how many digits, how many sig figs to record in your final answer? And the rule for that is that the final answer depends, so the final answer depends on the least number of decimal places. So the least number of decimal places in the numbers that you added. So you can't have more decimal points or more decimal places recorded than the least amount of decimal places. So let's take an example here. So in our example, we'll add 8.22 plus 0.5736. So these are the two numbers we're going to add together. So if we add that together, you get 8.7936. So you can see if we just look at the number of sig figs, we've got 3 sig figs in this number, and we've got 4 sig figs in this number. But since we're adding, the final answer will instead have the same number of decimal places as the one with the fewest number of decimal places. In that case, it's our top number here. It only goes to the hundredths place. So that means our final answer needs to be rounded off to the hundredths place. So we're going to round off to there using 3 as our decision maker. So our final answer in this case is 8.79.